from Raphterra, and that gets Bruhh the first win. That gets Raphterra the first win. Yeah.
Yep, so Raphterra is leading 1-0 in this top 32 series against Bruhh, and here we have a game, a second round number 2 with Fiora Shen going up against Raphterra's Twisted Fate, the Aphelios Gangplank, so Aphelios Tamken, sorry. And in this matchup, I think Bruhh really needs to find himself the removals and the spell denials. I think from then Bruhh might be a little bit comfortable, but looking at his hand right now, he is indeed in a pretty comfortable position.
That's right, and we are seeing a River Shaper, which used to be a 2-1 in the previous patches, but now it's 2-2. When he strikes, he's going to draw a card. Very, very useful. This has been used time and again in the Fiora deck just to draw out the spells that are needed to control the board. And right now, Moonboy, this has to be a very, very kind of an empty hand as of the moment, but I think it's still manageable. What do you think about Raphterra's hand as of the moment?
Well, Raphterra hand is just, at this point of time, Raphterra is just going to play really passively. He has the vigor to actually allow the Boxtopus to survive. He actually went for the heal, the Guiding Touch onto the Boxtopus as well. So this way he could make a very even trade against, a very favorable trade against Bruhh, taking out the River Shaper. And not forgetting, he also has that Spacey Sketcher as well, which he could use it to find himself more options like the Charger or a Serpent to actually deal with this River Shaper as well. So as of right now, I think Raphterra is pretty comfortable with this hand, while Bruhh is actually looking for answers. He has nothing much that is reactive. Only has that no P5 and that single combat, which probably wouldn't do too much as of right now.
That's right, and we're seeing a possible bait coming from Bruhh right there. He putting down the Shen, but this actually also kind of gives a kind of soft, how do you say this, preparation for the next match or for the next combat, because no reactions coming right there from Bruhh's side. I was expecting to use the typical combat just to protect the River Shaper right there, but no, he has another one right there on hand, and it's not going to be a priority. So, but he draws out one more spell out of his deck. And what do you think about that line of turn or line of play coming from Bruhh?
Well, I mean, Bruhh has to be really careful with that single combat because it's probably his only reaction spell in his hand right now. He do not want to waste it onto this combat because Raphterra actually have 4 mana open. So that being said, he has to respect the Bastion in this lineup, and neither does he want to put any damage on this Shen before the next combat. So this way, the Shen gotta be healthy. The Shen could protect whatever that is gonna be attacking with him the next turn as well. So as of right now, no, not reacting too much from Bruhh's side is probably the right choice in this lineup.
That's right. He can actually kind of delay the match a bit further, and it's going to be to his advantage considering the cards that are in his hand right now. And now there's a draw coming from Raphterra. The first Aphelios, and is that the Screeching Dragon as that can see on the rightmost side, Moonboy?
Yes, exactly. That's the top deck Screeching Dragon coming in for Bruhh. That Screeching Dragon could actually make a difference if this combat phase is ever gonna go through. But based on what Raphterra actually picked from that Spacey Sketcher, he got himself that Crescent Strike. So it's highly unlikely that he is going for a combat this turn. But Raphterra actually passes. Bruhh respects that there's a chance of a stun coming in from Raphterra. So not tapping out a 4, bluffing a deny, showing him that he might have a deny in his hand. Raphterra has to play in a way where he has to respect that deny. So this Crescent Strike is not going to be fired off from Raphterra's side.
That's right, and we're seeing a Brightsea Protector giving the barrier onto Shen. This is going to be an effective way for Bruhh to possibly set up a bunch of damage, or rather combat attack from his side. He can actually put down the Shen and just protect the Brightsea Protector and just bait out a bit more damage. And we can see another River Shaper being brought down from Bruhh's side, which can possibly just... Oh, there you go! Resist Strike already being put down or being used by Raphterra.
Yep, immediately answered with a Notify saying, "You are not gonna stun my creatures." Bruhh is heading forward for the attack. He's probably gonna go for an all-in attack with this one, blocking the River Shaper with the barrier, allowing himself to get one free spell, which could turn the tide for Bruhh. If he draws into the right spell, he will be able to defend himself against whatever that's gonna come the next turn. Because what he needs right now is gonna be lots of reactive spell, lots of combat spells, and I think if this River Shaper ever allows him to draw into one, Bruhh might be a little bit ahead.
That's right, and there you go, a Relentless Pursuit being drawn out from the River Shaper. What do you think is the best discover here right now? What kind of weapon is very, very crucial at this specific moment, Moon Boy?
Well, he might go for the Chrysandrum, that's what he said. He picked the Chrysandrum, and the Chrysandrum is crucial at this point. He could bring himself a Boxtopus. He could remove that River Shaper if he ever chooses to. That's basically what Raphterra might be going all about. Having just for 2 mana, he could just fetch himself a Boxtopus at the 3-4 lineup, 3-4 stats line, without having that deal 3 damage to myself. And that being said, this is the value of the Chrysandrum. This is the value of Aphelios as a whole.
That's right, and in the deck, there's only the Boxtopus. Instead of dealing 3 to himself, or it just becomes a 3-4 right there. Very, very useful, especially with a Challenger, guys. You have known this time and again. The Challenger is actually one of the best ways to control the board, because of course you can attract or hook one unit into the unit. Into your Boxtopus and then possibly kill him off and control the board as well. So really, right now, the fish, the bubblefish, are still not that discounted as of the moment because of not much spells are still used. But it's still, I'm still very, very curious as to what's gonna happen. Still, is this going to be a pass or will he attack? What do you think about this, oh boy?
Well, I mean, he might actually risk it and go for, a bot development if he ever chooses to. He might go for the Boxtopus, trying to get his hands onto that River Shaper. But, I mean, having 7 mana open for Bruhh, Raphterra is in lots of decision. He has a decision to actually, should I go aggressive? Or should I just waste Bruh's mana and waste his turn by just passing the turn over here? But that being said, Raphterra is not going to have any progression this turn. As of right now, I think Bruhh kind of have the slightly more advantageous board compared to Raphterra. As that River Shaper is on board, the River Shaper is going to draw himself so many spells. That being said, Bruhh will be ahead.
Find peace in the quiet.
That's right. Bruhh looks like he is like passing the torch, or to passing the aggressive or the proactive decisions to Raphterra. As of the moment, he's actually baiting the Boxtopus to attack the River Shaper, and here we go. I think this is a kind of soft decision on the side of Raphterra to just buff up his Aphelios right there, but it's not actually a deciding move that he's going to attack. So it's a tug of war in terms of whoever is going to be more proactive between these two players. It's like that's how Runeterra goes, guys. That's how it's a battle of patience, it's a battle of wits, and we are seeing it right now between Bruhh and Raphterra.
Yeah, not forgetting, Raphterra actually has that Calibrum in his hand, ready to fire at one of Bruh's followers. So that being said, the River Shaper and that Green Glade Caretaker, they're all in a little bit of trouble if he ever gets fired off. And not forgetting, Raphterra actually drew himself that Vault Temple, which could raise so much value for Raphterra as well. But as of right now, Raphterra is slightly more comfortable, but he really has to deal with what's coming from Bruhh. Being said, the Screeching Dragon is probably going to remove the Aphelios if he ever has the chance as well. So Raphterra has to be a little bit more reactive at this point in time.
That's right. It's going to be Bruhh putting down the Screeching Dragon basically says, okay, I'm going to take control now. I'm going to try and put down your Aphelios at this moment. And right now he has exactly 5 mana on his roster, on his pool right now, to possibly use single combat and maybe actually use Relentless Pursuit. But no, he most of these players just stay a bit patient and take it one step at a time. Sharp side going down on the River Shaper. That's how important it is, guys. You have to protect the River Shaper to draw out the reactive pieces, and that's actually how you're going to get the advantage using this Fiora Shen deck.
Yeah, so I think this attack coming in from Bruhhh, it's gonna be a little bit more interesting. Not protecting that River Shaper distance might, you know, it might put himself in a little bit of trouble. I mean, having this attack being set, like being moved like that, the Aphelios have no way to block efficiently, and I think right here, the River Shaper, it's not exactly going down at this turn unless Raphterra has to go for the block with the Aphelios. And that being said, Bruhhh is really comfortable. He has everything in his disposal. Not forgetting, he still has that single combat if Raphterra ever taps out of 4 as well. So right here, Bruhhh is just applying so much pressure on Raphterra.
The waters take.
That's right. That's actually a very, very good move on the side of Bruhhh, Moonboy, because as you can see, he left out the Aphelios right there. Okay, it's up to you on how you're going to kill off your own Aphelios by blocking. But no, I'm gonna give that decision to you. I'm not even going to use the single combat just to hit your Aphelios. It's up to you on how you're going to block this huge damage that's going to come to your Nexus. So right now, another Aphelios has been drawn out, and it's very, very concerning that we see Raphterra right now on 8 health with he has 2 of the fishes right there which can possibly deal damage, and he's now targeting the Screeching Dragon. Moonboy, what can he do right now to develop his own board or maybe turn the tides?
Well, I think Bruhhh over here, you know, immediately going for the single combat, not allowing Raphterra to gain any advantage at this point in time. And even if Raphterra actually goes for the Bastion on the Aphelios trying to protect it this turn, it's just gonna set him back 4 mana. And being that, you know, he's going from 9 to 5 mana, they're just limiting the amount of options that Raphterra have if he ever chooses for the Bastion. So I think Bruhhh is pretty, you know, comfortable if he ever keeps up with this, and the Stealthy immediately coming out, finding the Notify, and there he found himself that copy of Notify, or he could actually go for the shop side, buff the Aphelios up, and then, you know, it would survive from this single combat coming in from this Screeching Dragon as well.
That's right. This is actually these are very, very good choices coming out from this cover right there, and he picks the Notify instead to cancel out that single combat and effectively protect his Aphelios from immediate death right there. He only has 1 unit as of the moment, and the Vile Temple is actually going to effectively target just the Aphelios, right? Well, it's just going to buff it up unless he puts down the 2 elusives that are sitting on his hand right now.
Yes, not forgetting, Raphterra also have the Chrysandrum in his hand, so he might find himself that last copy of Boxtopus if he ever chooses to, and then follow up by 2 free Wiggly Bubblefish. So this way he could sustain his board, he could maintain aggression, and he could still control what Bruhhh actually has on his field as well with the Boxtopus. So I think right here Raphterra might be a little bit comfortable, but he can't get himself too comfortable because we are moving on to turn number 9 the next turn, and the Bright Steel Protector in Bruhh's hand is just gonna be coming in real quick.
The balance has been maintained.
And with that swap and barrier, that levels up the Shen to level 2. And guys, if you have a Shen level 2, each unit with barrier gets additional attack. And look at that, it's going to be very, very effective. Why? Because of course Shen is not is barred up, protected right now, even preventing more damage coming in to his Screeching Dragon. And as you said, turn 9 is very, very crucial, right, Moonboy? Can you explain how crucial turn 9 is going to be for Bruhhh?
Yeah, so if we're ever going to move into turn number 9, the Bright Steel Protector is going to be online. That being said, every single unit on Bruhh's side of the field will be getting barriered, and with Shen, they will be buffed in terms of attacks as well. So it's got, you know, with the Bright Steel Protector, tides are going to turn, and right now, Raphterra really has to build up his board or control Bruhh's board, and which I believe is going to happen really, really soon, as we see this Aphelios immediately going for the level up and he also has that Aphelios champion spell as well. So that could also be used to find himself a Graviton and then survive the next attack as well. So this swap actually stuns that Shen instead of the Screeching Dragon. He really needs to get control on that Screeching Dragon, or else he's gonna be in huge trouble.
Yes, he needs to get that Gravitamin stun and that follower into the next round as well. And this is going to be free damage right there. No way for Bruhhh to protect himself from the Bullfish right there. 2, that's going to be a total of 6 damage, which can possibly bring him down to 11. Looking at the hand right now, there are no spells, reactive spells on the side of Bruhhh to possibly remove those little 3-1s with elusive. And of course, that's going to be free damage and bring him down to 11. And he removes the River Shaper in that encounter.
Yep, and not forgetting, Raphterra has the Calibrum as we sit. He's immediately going for the Calibrum, going for the Caretaker, dealing 3 damage to it, taking it down. Bruhhh actually has the answer from the fresh sharp sight that he has just drawn from that River Shaper. So he might be able to save this Caretaker, but instead he's not going for it. He still has the upper hand in terms of control compared to Raphterra, but he has to be really careful as that 2 Bubblefish is just gonna cause so much havoc for Raphterra if for Bruhhh, if the attack token ever flips back to Raphterra's favor. So we might not even see a Bright Steel Protector coming in from Bruhhh the next turn as well.
That's right, and that's because there's a lot of chances for Raphterra to just put them down or pin them down with the breaks. And there you go, you can see Bruhhh heading out using his own Screeching Dragon as a way to possibly remove the Aphelios on the side of Raphterra right there, leaving his Shen very, very vulnerable to any possible attacks or possible blocks, from the side of Raphterra. So this is actually kind of a surprise move from Bruhhh. Boy, what do you think about that?
Well, I think at this point of time, I think that attacking with the Shen without not being protected is not gonna make too much of a difference against Raphterra's board. Like, look at Raphterra's hand right now. Look at that top deck that Raphterra drew. It is a Mind Melt, and it's gonna be so huge. Following on as well, so that Mind Melt is gonna transform his whole board to the amount of spells that he has casted this game. And as of this point, we believe Bruhhh actually casted Raphterra actually casted lots of spells, and he, not forgetting, he still has so many spells in his hand as well. He could go for the Mind Melt, transforming the Bubblefish into so huge, and then he could just smash those Bubblefish into Bruhh's Nexus. I think Raphterra might be going for the all-in and just finishing off the game like that. Raphterra is in the driver's seat at this point of time.
That's right. And I wish I brought a clicker counting how many spells Raphterra actually used during the game, so that I would know how much how buffed up they're going to be with the Mind Belt. And I'm thinking, Moonboy, that there's a possibility that Bruhhh might still come back. There's still he can still use Relentless Pursuit, and there he goes. He uses Relentless Pursuit right now, possibly going to use it on his second Screeching Dragon. And let's see how this is going to go. He's probably going to challenge Aphelios, but nope. Another reactive way, and it gets nullified. This is back and forth decisions coming from Bruhhh and Raphterra. Wow, Moonboy, this is going to get exciting.
Yes, exactly, and right here, Bruhhh is just gonna apply so much pressure onto Raphterra. He is eager to close off the game as soon as possible, and also challenging the Aphelios, removing more options coming in from Raphterra as well. So I think as of right now, Raphterra might is not gonna protect his unit. He might even go for a heal, going for the Star Shaping and heal his Nexus up by 5, invoking and trying to find more answers for him the next turn as well. He, as you know, this could widen up his gameplay to actually find himself more Rincon moving forward, keeping himself healthy. And there we have a Star Shaping immediately going down. He has the Scourge, he has the Destroyer.
Woo!
I think right now Raphterra is so comfortable picking either unit from his hand.
Yeah, that's a very, very good invoke right there. And that is going to be... I'm thinking, would he use a Mind Meld right now? Or would he just try to develop the board? What's the best option right now, Moonboy?
Well, Raphterra has to respect a deny coming in from Bruhhh, so Bruhhh kind of have to be a little bit more careful with this Mind Meld if he thinks that he has it in his hand. So Raphterra at the same time has to be a little bit more concerned of that deny that's coming in as well. So what Raphterra could do, go for the Depth Spirit Fin and then see what Bruhhh could do. And if Bruhhh ever drops down the Bright Sea Protector, it's gonna be game for Raphterra.
That's right. And that's going to be a soft move right there if he does ever put down the Zap Spray Fin. Okay. Oh man, this is actually it's just a waiting game between these two. And he goes on and passes. So what does that mean, Moonboy? I'm just really on my toes right now. Just these guys are just one turn away from finishing it off. And there you go. This is it. There's no more mana for a deny. There's no more mana for a deny. 2 Notifies have been used. So, is this it?
It's gonna be a singular move from Raphterra, and go ahead, we go and Mind Meld, and everything is gonna get so huge from now on. Excelsior, I'm so excited to see how big this Bubblefish is gonna be.
I think it's going to be 20s, mid 20s. Let's see if this is going to be as big as we expect. No, okay, just 12. 12, but that's going to total 24 damage coming in from Raphterra. No blocks, and you can see, the elusive Sharp Sight. One of the Bullfishes is going to be blocked, but that's not going to be enough. 12 damage going to face. Lethal damage